regards to this, what are your thoughts on work-life balance?
I didn't know what that meant for a very long time. So I know I have to come to work. I know I have my children and my family at home and things like that. But I didn't know that there needed to be a hard line that was drawn. Does that make sense? So especially when I became a manager initially, I worked all day at home. All day at work, and then when I got home, I was working as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we have to come up with a better solution because I have ball games, I have all of this other stuff, grocery shopping, cooking, all these other things at home. And so I was like, I have to be able to iron out time for both of those things. So I would allow myself to do everything at work and then give myself one additional hour unless something was like vital that I needed to do at home. And I would wait to do that before I went to bed or anything like that. So I do think that it's very important to be able to separate the two, although they'll never completely be separate, but to just prioritize separating the two and taking time off, like when you need to have time off and things like that. We're super lucky because we do have great benefits at our company and things like that, and like holidays and vacation and things, but you have to make it a priority. I think that'll ultimately make it a lot easier because burnout's real.
Yeah.
It is real. And the way that we run around all over the place all the time, it's like, okay. And you're constantly thinking about it at home. Like, oh, well, I don't think I did this, or I don't think I did this. You have to allow yourself that space to separate the two things. And I think it works out a lot better once you do that.
For sure. And that goes back to the support. Like, you can set all these boundaries and have that conversation with yourself and the plan and everything. But if you don't have that support and like understanding from the people at work too, then it's never going to get done. So that's like, the people who work for me, they know, like, they can be honest. Like, they're not just going to say, hey, I'm sick, I'm not coming in today. They're like, hey, my plate is full. You know, I need a day off to myself. And we have those talks. And so you have to have people at work who understand, like, I'm going to be at a baseball tournament all weekend. So this ain't the weekend for, hey, can you be here at 8 o'clock, you know? So, and they know that. And if they do call me for anything, like, hey, I know you're at baseball. I'm so sorry. It's very important. I'll be quick. And there's just that mutual respect. So when they're off, I don't call them unless it's super urgent, you know. So it goes both ways. You have to have people that allow you to have a work-life balance, but you also have to allow yourself to have a work-life balance.
It's like, I even allow my kids to have like mental health days, like from school. Like they're all teenagers. I don't have any small kids anymore, but they're teenagers, so things get very overwhelming for them. So I'm like, hey, listen, I completely understand. How about you stay home today? I'll write you a note. Everything will be fine. Let's get your mental stability back in place, and then you can go to school the next day. But I'm not saying take mental health days all the time, but just being able to have the opportunity to say, hey, so things have been rough. I need to take some time to myself, and having the vacation, the availability to do that, I think helps ultimately. For sure.
So just like, you're teaching them to recognize. Like, I need a day for myself. That's really cool. I'm going to put that in the pocket for later.